A warm welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. How are you doing? Do not forget to subscribe. So today we're going to talk about headlight restoration again, but unfortunately this time these are my headlights and they've been repainted and re-lacquered and the lacquer peel is coming off of them. Yeah, it's just not very good actually. It's all wet, but it's really cloudy and I can't just like polish them up when the lacquer's peeling back. So these need to be sanded back and re-lacquered. I've washed them off of the car. So what you're going to need if you want to do this is some grit paper. So I've got, you could do this by hand with different grits. So I've got a Flex PXE 80, which has got a 3mm orbit, which is low orbit, so it's good for sanding. 3mm orbit adapter on it. I've got a load of different grit paper here. That's 150, that's 320, that's 600, 1000, 2000. And all this you can get relatively cheap on eBay. This grit looks like it's okay, but the proof's in the pudding. But for sanding headlights, it'll be fine. And I've got some 2K lacquer here as well. So I'll link, that's the core equipment that you need. And I'll link that in. You can get it all from eBay and it's all relatively cheap. You're probably 30 or 40 quid to get all your equipment. Obviously that polish is a lot more expensive, so you could get the same grit and block it, you know, get a block on there and do it by hand, but the machine's going to make it easier. I've also got a little cheap interface pad on the PXE, just so it'll take up the curves on the headlight a little bit better than a flat pad, so that should make it easier. I'm going to wet sand just because it kind of lubes it up and it gets rid of all of the sanding kind of debris and dust, and you just get a little better, smoother finish. My aim is to sand off all of the existing clear coat that's failing on there with a high grit, probably 320, and then step it down. Probably, actually, I'll do a final thing with P2000, which is quite fine, and just key it at P2000 so it's all opaque, and then panel wipe it all down, and then lacquer it. I'll probably try and put 2 coats of lacquer on and then leave the lacquer for a fair few days till it really goes rock hard, and then wet sand and polish up the lacquer. And there we go. I've taken these little doodahs off. One of these was cracked, so I might need to get a new one from Porsche or just live with that. But if you're going, I'll probably you get one new one, you might as well get 2 new ones. These little catches on them go very brittle. 2 of these were already snapped, the catches, but the other one's good, so I could get away with just one. But if you buy one new, I don't know, probably get away with that, just replacing that one, as long as it's the right part. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll get started on the wet sanding process, and I'll just put it on time lapse and you can watch. Hey guys, I'm just executive decision. I'm switching over to a full-size 3-inch Mini, it's got more power. It's a longer throw. It's not really a sanding machine than this, but it's just taking a bit too long. It will go. I'll get through eventually, but at the rate I'm going to get through with that, I'm using P150 as well. You can see there where it's cleared through and all the dead lacquer's coming back, but to sand through it is just taking too long. So I just need to up the aggression to get that initial clear off, or else I'm going to be here all day. Unfortunately, I've just got to get some charge into one of the batteries, so I'll be back. While I'm here guys, quick shout out to the West Sussex Jaguar F-Type owners group. I met you down at Goodwood. I said I'd do a shout out. I've never got round to it. I just remembered, so I got it in here. Pleasure to meet you guys. Love the cars, love the passion for it. And yeah, all the best. Okay guys, so most of the heavy sanding is done now. God, there was some thick clear coat on this. It's like, must have been about 3 or 4 layers of this hard, dead clear coat. Getting through it took some time. So that is sanded now down to 320, but you've got to go with 150. Could have even gone with P80 really. It was just so difficult to get this clear coat off. But now I'm going to start stepping it down. There is some stuff on the underside of this lens which isn't going to come out, but you can see why I'm having to do this. This is the one I haven't sanded. It's just all that pitting and clear coat failure. It's this fine mist over here that's on the inside that I won't be able to get rid of. I think these were lacquered on top of the existing lacquer. That's what I think. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get rid of those crow feet either, because I think they're on the inside. Yeah, they're definitely on the inside. So yeah, there's going to be compromises, but well, let's just keep going. Once you started, you've got to carry on. But allocate at least half an hour to 45 minutes just to get through the existing clear coat per lens. Okay guys, so hopefully the mucky sanding job is done now. So you can see these have been sanded down to P2000. And you've got this kind of uniform haze on it with no sanding marks. So it was quicker to do the P150 in with that, because it was like thick cake of lacquer. But that's a 12 mil throw, so you get, when you're just ploughing through lacquer, you get pigtails and stuff like that with that long throw. So anyway, P150 with that and get all the lacquer off. Then what you need to do is do P150 with the flex, wherever that is outside, with that thing, because it's got a smaller orbit, it's softer, and you can just make sure you get any sanding marks out with the P150. Then step down to P320 with that, then P600, then P1000, and then P2000. You could probably just go to 1000 really, as long as you haven't got any sanding marks. These crow's feet are really bugging me. They're underneath, and I'm wondering if I can open this headlight up and get like a sponge on a stick with some cleaning fluid in them and see if it's just some sort of thing. But I don't think I don't think that's going to come out off the inside. I don't know, and I can't get to it. I was chatting to Dan about it. You can split the lenses off and take the lenses off and try and clean the underside, and when you get to that level it starts becoming a bit too hardcore. So really I'm ready for paint. So Got reaction. Where's my mic? Yeah, I think it's the moisture. Shit. It's not raining, it's not water or anything. It's the moisture in the air. I was hoping if I got this dry and hot, that wouldn't happen. That's a major pain in the arse, man. It's too moist, I think. Don't know. Okay guys, yesterday I got beat. So you saw it was too much moisture in the air. It's silly to try and put this clear coat down. Today it's raining. I'm not going to try and clear coat these because I need a dry, arid, temperature controlled place. So what I'm doing is I'm just polishing these back up, and I'm going to finish this one off and I'll show you what I'm doing. Once I've done that, I've got to go back and do this. So this is one that's just had that clear coat wiped off it, and I got most of that clear coat off, but the finish is back to a level where even polishing it isn't going to get me where I need to be. So I need to go back and probably just sand that again with probably P600, but then step it down to P1000, then 2000, and then polish it again, which is going to take a bit of time. That's what I've been doing with this one. Once you go through the clear coat, because I went so aggressive, you put deep sanding marks in the plastic. So I've had to do a bit of resanding on this to get it back to where I think it's acceptable. Now I'm just doing the final finishing polish. So you can see kind of here, it's a good level now. It's very hard to get plastic mint, but it's good. That's good. That top piece is good. How do I get it back? So once I've done the sanding and I've made sure I've got the deeper sanding marks out, then what I've been doing is using the Rupes blue coarse with the wool to cut it, which normally cutting plastic with wool and all that isn't a great idea, but it was just the best way to do a deep cut on it before finishing it. And then finishing it with S20 and a medium kind of foam pad is giving me a really good finish. So I'm just going to show you like a live set that we'll do from here, where you can see kind of what I'm doing to get it to the finish before the coating goes on. Yeah, it's important to have this headlight locked in as well if you want to just work a little bit better. Messy, horrible work, all that wet sanding. It really is horrible. So I'm breaking this headlight down into kind of 3 because I want to polish it quite intensively. So I've done that bit, going to do that bit, and then I'll do that bit afterwards. Yeah, and it's just really to give me that nice finish, because it's going to look like this when the coating goes on. Anyway, crack on with it. Just spread that. The battery's going to run out now. Could go a bit faster on the machine, but it's okay. So there we go. Let's just buff that off. Can you see that? Just get all that compound off. So we're looking for a clear lens really now. Like I said to you, I've got to do this bit, but it's those crow feet under there I can't really do anything with. But that looks like a good headlight lens to me now. Once that's on the car, you know, that's nice. That's so much better than it was. It's just a shame I couldn't get a finish like that with lacquer, but yeah, this time of year, too problematic. But the coating should be good. So yeah, it should keep it pretty good. I'll next time it needs redoing, I'll just polish it in situ on the car. So you get the idea. So I'm going to finish off polishing that and I'll come back and show you what I've got to do to this one. Okay, so this light, guys, is ready to be coated now. I've put that out of the way and put it all back together. Ready to be coated. Now moving back over to this one. The audio might be a bit different. So this one, I've gone over. I'm doing this by hand because it's a little bit less aggressive. I've gone back over it with 320, then 600, then 1000, and I'm just doing a final hand sand, just using this interface pad by hand because it's less aggressive. Takes a bit longer, just to get this down to a level where the where hopefully the deeper sandy marks are all stepped out. When I compound this and it starts shining up, I am going to find the odd one. That's the problem. But yeah, just kind of do it. Try and do it thoroughly. The more thorough you are with this, stepping it down. If you take 5 minutes to step down to P600, then take 7 minutes to step down to P1000. Spend a bit longer than you think stepping it down. And obviously that's the bit you see the most as well. So I'm just making sure that. Okay guys, I'm finished. I'm trying to get you a good shot of what we're dealing with here. These look decent to me. They look decent. They ain't like mint. But look, I mean, they're decent. A summary of this is I had a plan in my mind that this would all go smoothly. It didn't. It's taken a long amount of time to correct the mistake and effectively do a lot of polishing. What have we ended up with? A set of headlights which will they'll look good on the car. It's very different to when you got them under the light. They'll look nice and shiny, but yeah. If I could have my time again, I'd have left them as is with all that dead lacquer on. I'd have just left them, put some money aside each month and bought a brand new set of headlights. That would have been the way to go. But anyway, the only good news with this is it hasn't cost me much money. So what we've ended up doing really is wet sanding all of the dead thick clear coats, really thick. And we had to go hard at that to get it off. Then it was difficult to step all of that down. When we got it all stepped down and ready for the clear coat, then the clear coat went in, bubbled up instantly because of the amount of moisture. That was just me, lack of experience, stupidity. There you go. So I took that, wiped that clear coat off, resanded, polished them up, and then coated them, and then that's where we are. A lot of mess, a lot of like mess everywhere. Look at this. Just a lot of mess, a lot of gear that I've been messing around with. But we're done. Could have gone better. So yeah, this is probably the worst headlight restoration tutorial ever. I'll tell you what, yeah, it is problematic. It sounds easy on paper. I think you're easier if you're doing it for the first time to hand sand. I think if your lacquer isn't peeling on a car, you're much better off just polishing them or using those headlight restoration kits. I think if your lacquer's failing and all going off, I would probably take it to a body shop or somewhere that does these routinely, because they'll just do a better job. But also be aware if you're polycarb headlights are all cracked and split all the way through, that nothing's going to really fix that. So sometimes you can actually pull the lenses off and put new lenses on like you can with BMWs and stuff. These Porsche headlights tend to be a bit more reliable, but yeah, the biggest problem is there's such a big internal area. Over the years, stuff happens on the inside that you can't really fix, but you can always get the outside looking a bit more shiny. So there we go. Have a good laugh in the comments. Well, I think the reality is things go wrong, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm going to tidy up and smoke a hammered cigar. Doug.